Hello and welcome to the opening bell. My name is Isaac, and in this video we will recap the stock market week of June 19th through June 23rd, 2023. So let's get started. Here is the my dashboard for this week, and I'm using the TD Bank Stock Market Simulator. So we will start with Marriott. I own 60 shares of Marriott, and I paid for the price of $175.95, and its last price was $171.45. It has a loss of $269.89 over since when I first bought it, and this is the first time in a lot of weeks that Marriott has been down since I first bought it. And so this week Marriott did not have a good week, and I'm going to talk about that in the charts. Here's the chart for Marriott, and I will tell you that actually it starts the week at a price that actually a little higher than what the chart says. It starts the week at around $176. And from then, Marriott is going to take a little dip to start the week, and it will continue that dip. It's a little gradual dip, and then all the way until we get to June 21st is when we're going to start to see a profit from Marriott. And it will continue to stay with fluctuating prices with some ups and downs all the way until we get to right before the closing bell on June 22nd, where Marriott will take a huge dip. And this huge drop will be about a $4 loss, taking it from a price at around $176 to a price at around $172. And then Marriott will finish off the week on a little sloping note, and we'll end the week at a price of $171.45, giving it an overall loss this week with a $4 loss at this point in the week. So overall, a really bad week for Marriott with a big dip right before the closing bell on June 22nd. So overall, a really bad week for the traveling company. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Disney. I own 130 shares of Disney, and I paid for it at a price of $106.14, and its last price was $88.10. I have a loss of $2,344.73 on Disney, and so overall, Disney this week did also have a bad week as well, along with Marriott. So Disney not having a good week this week prompted a huge loss overall, which added to the loss that I've been having in previous weeks. That since I've owned Disney, and Disney has just not been a good stock in the last couple of months, and so we are going to talk about how it performed this week in the New York Stock Exchange. Here's the chart for Disney, and as we can see, Disney will start at a price of around $91, actually exactly $91.32. Then Disney will then take a sloping look to start the week. Disney will continue to drop all the way down from a starting price at $91 to start the week to a price at around a little in between $88 and $89, so around $88.50. And we see already with around a $3 drop right there just off the bat. And then Disney will be kind of sluggish to end the week. It will take a little bit of slope downward, and will continue to go down all the way until the end of the week, where it will end at a price of $80.10. So an overall a slope mountain right now for Disney, with a drop to start the week and a pretty sluggish way to end the week with not that much action in the end of the week. So overall, not a positive week for Disney. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Microsoft. I own 60 shares of Microsoft, and I paid for it at a price of $310.33, and its last price was $335.02. I have a profit of $1,481.70 on Microsoft, and that's since I first bought it. So overall this week for Microsoft, a lot of fluctuating prices, and we're going to talk about that in the charts. Here's the chart for Microsoft. As we can see, it will start the week at a price at around $341-ish, and from then we're going to see that Microsoft will take a slope to start the week. It will go down. Microsoft will continue to go down all the way and will not take a profit again And then all the way until we get to around June 22nd. This is where the profit again will start for Microsoft. So we'll try to climb back above. And then from then, right before the closing bell on June 22nd, it will again take another dip, going all the way down as we see a lot of fluctuating prices with the down, down, up, and down, and then a little tiny profit to end the week. And it will end at a price of $335.02. And so a lot of trading this week for Microsoft, a lot of action this week with some fluctuating prices in the middle of the week. Investors probably selling and buying as they move on. We are in the point of the selling season as we are in between quarterly earning seasons. So this is the time where a lot of people will probably sell. However, so the stock might go down as we approach towards July. So an overall really not that pretty bad of the week for Microsoft with the dip, the profit, and then the dip to end the week. So fluctuating prices this week for Microsoft. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Apple. I own 30 shares of Apple, and I paid for it at a price of $159.89, and its last price was $186.68. I have a profit of $803.70 on Apple, and Apple actually is one of the only tech stocks that I own that actually had a pretty good week this week with a profit, and we're going to talk about how well that was in the charts. And here's the chart for Apple, and my apologies for the chart, but the Apple actually does start the week at a price at around $185 right there, and then Apple will then take a pretty good glance at the stock market with a sideways note to start the week. The dip towards the middle of the week, and it will continue, and then this is where the good glance that I just said will come in. Apple will then go up, and it will continue going up all the way until it will end at a price of $186.68. And as we see right now, I did point a huge arrow right here because I do expect that Apple will probably go up in the coming days, and will continue that really good week overall. And this is a big arrow right here because overall I think that Apple is going to come back out of a dip that it experienced in the past couple of weeks. So overall I think Apple will continue to go up into the coming weeks, and will continue to go up overall. So I think Apple is a really good buy right now because I do feel like Apple will go up in the coming weeks while it comes out of that dip it experienced a couple weeks ago, as I just said that. So an overall really good week for Apple. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Amazon. I own 30 shares of Amazon, and I paid for it at a price of $126.41, and its last price was $129.33. I have a profit of $87.60 on Amazon, giving it a moderate profit overall. However, overall since last week, when I bought Amazon last week, Amazon did not perform that well. However, this week it performed pretty well, and we're going to talk about how well it performed in the charts. Here's the chart for Amazon, and I'm going to tell you that Amazon actually starts at a price down here at a price of $125.49. And from then, Amazon will take a sluggish start to start the week with pretty moderate prices all the way until we get right before the closing bell on June 21st. Amazon will take a profit overall and will go up. Amazon will take a huge profit. This profit will take it from a price of $125 all the way up to a price at around $130. So around a $6 profit right there, just at that, just within probably within like 45 minutes right before the closing bell on June 21st. It will continue that major profit all the way towards the end of the week, where it will end at a weekly price. It will end at the price of $129.33, giving it a pretty good overall profit overall. And I think that with the huge profit this week, as well as I think with Apple, I think that Amazon will also be another stock that will go up in the coming weeks. I'm drawing another large arrow because I think Amazon will continue to go up, as I think that with as Microsoft and Alphabet did come in this year with a lot of AI. I feel that Amazon is another company that could relate to AI and could bring AI into their company, of course with AWS. So overall, I think Amazon is a really good and bound stock for a huge year this year in the stock market in the New York Stock Exchange. However, this week overall, a pretty good and a steady, profitable week for Amazon. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is NVIDIA. I own 20 shares of NVIDIA and I paid for it at a price of $272.36, and its last price was $422.09. I have a profit of $2,994.60 on NVIDIA with a huge profit. In fact, it is my best stock that I own overall, with a huge profit since I first bought it. And overall, I think NVIDIA is a really good stock. Of course, NVIDIA experiencing a really good quarterly earning report a couple weeks ago, and it just has not let down since then and has not gone down that much. However, I want to say that a lot of fluctuating prices has happened with NVIDIA, going up and down in the 400s, and we're going to talk about how it performed this week in the charts. Here's the chart for NVIDIA, and my apologies again for the chart. However, I will tell you NVIDIA will start at a price of $426.92, and then from then NVIDIA is going to then take a pretty good profit to start the week. This profit will continue all the way up until it has a high of the week at a price of a little less than $440. And then here's the rodeo. The party will be started. NVIDIA will go all the way down from a price of $440 to a price at a low of maybe around $422-ish, $23-ish dollars. It will be close to the low of the week. NVIDIA will then take a profit again, and then a dip again. And then this will probably be where the low of the week will occur. Probably is the same as the other low of the week back here. But overall, those two prices are probably the lows, like around $422. And then we'll go up again, down again, and then bad arrow right there, and then it will end the week at a price of $422.09 after going through a lot of trading this week with a lot of ups and downs overall. And at this point I don't feel that NVIDIA is a really steady stock. It might not be a perfect stock yet, because as we see a lot of trading overall as we are in the selling season. So I don't feel that NVIDIA is an overall really good buy if you are looking for a stock to trade on. I think I would buy NVIDIA when it gets to the earnings season, right before the earning reports, because once it gets to the earning reports, I do expect another good earnings report for NVIDIA. But for now, as we're in the at the end, as we're in between earning seasons, overall for most big tech giants, I don't feel that NVIDIA is a really strong stock that will perform well in the next couple of weeks. So overall, a pretty sluggish week for NVIDIA. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Alphabet. I own 40 shares of Alphabet, and I paid for it at a price of $112.70, and its last price was $122.34. I have a profit of $385.60 on Alphabet, making a pretty steady stock. And we are, again, as we've have with the 6 previous stocks, I'm going to talk about how it performed this week in the charts. And here is the chart for Alphabet. As we can see, it will start the week at a price at around $123, well, midway $123. And from then, Alphabet is going to take a little tiny, slim profit and then a dip. This dip will go all the way down and will continue that dip all the way down until it reaches a low at probably around $120-ish, as we see in those two spots. This loss for Alphabet will not stay. However, Alphabet will then take another huge profit. It will continue that profit all the way until it gets to at around $123, and then it will go down again. This will be a little kind of a U-shaped. It will jut down and then jut up again. It will sluggish end to the week on Friday, June 23rd. It will end the week at a price of $122.34. So it started the week at a price of $123.50, and it ended the week at a price of $122.34. So an overall $1 loss this week for Alphabet. And overall, I think that's pretty good stock. Although it lost this week, I think this is a pretty good week for Alphabet because as well as I just said with Nvidia, I don't feel I don't feel good about Alphabet overall because Alphabet, with Microsoft Bing getting ChatGPT involved with its AI, I think that Alphabet is losing its it's more like it's losing its balance within the AI fight between all these tech giants. Alphabet, I think is losing it in the race for AI overall to improve. So I just don't think that Alphabet is a really strong stock overall, with its mashed up between between multiple tech giants, and so an overall sluggish week for Alphabet. This is your total recap of the week. For the total recap of the week, we will be recapping my two dashboards, one from last week, this one's from last week, and one from this week, to see which week had the better week overall. And we'll just go one by one on the stocks down the line. We'll start with Marriott. Marriott closed last week at a price of $176.36. This week at a price of $171.45, deeming that last week was better. Disney, $91.32 last week. This week, Disney, $88.10. Last week was better for Disney. Better closing price. Microsoft, $342.33. Microsoft this week, $335.02. Last week was better this week. For Microsoft, Apple, $184.92. This week, Apple, $186.68, deeming that this week was a little bit better than last week for Apple. Amazon, $125.49 last week. Amazon this week, $129.33, deeming that this week was better for Amazon. Nvidia last week, $426.92. This week, $422.09, deeming that last week Nvidia was better for Nvidia. And then all the way down to Alphabet, our last stock. Alphabet closed last week at a price of $123.53. This week, Alphabet closed at a price of $122.34, deeming that, my apologies again, that last week was better than this week for Alphabet. So overall, a really outblast majority lead goes to the last week, deeming that in the last 2 weeks that the stock market has not performed that well overall. Thank you for watching this recap of the stock market week of June 19th to June 23rd, 2023. I hope you enjoyed this recap. I will continue posting stock market recaps weekly. Thanks.